those voltage peaks 10 minutes later are much higher, or current peaks I should say, largely because the voltage is considerably higher. There is also another significant difference. It's rotating indecisively and insufficiently, and the input into my oscillator is, can't really see that, but 5 volts and an unmeasurably small amount of current. So there is one other difference though. I'm concerned it's about to blow up. Before it was operating quite consistently, and now I'm scared if I turn it up any higher, it's going to take me 15 minutes to test all these transistors to find the dead one and replace it again. But the motor still has a huge amount of torque on it, so as you would expect, I'm going to turn up the current a bit again. We've got an average of about, it's only going into a rather small capacitor too, so let's juice it up a bit more. 80, 90, peaks of above 100, and it's now starting to max out my current meter. Pretty good speeds. In fact, you can hear it tapping off the end of the meter, so that's no good for the meter. Thankfully I have a rather large supply of them on hand, kind of everywhere, and about 20 or 30 more inside, so I'll find the appropriate one. Oh, that's really interesting. Look at that. I haven't been, oh there we go, haven't been able to do that before. It obviously starts in any direction, as demonstrated just then. You can just stop it and start it again. But yeah, there's now, I'm holding it moderately tightly now, about half as tightly as I could possibly. And it's getting past the midpoint. So now that I've got the, yeah, there actually is torque in the midpoint. That's interesting, that's notable. I didn't really know that. When I'd run this off before off relay switches and so forth, I'd had the midpoint of the rotation not being activated. I was just letting it freewheel through because it's got a rather strange motion when it reaches the top, and noticeably less torque. But actually there is torque up the top, top and bottom, and it is good torque. That's quite a lot of power at really a very low voltage. But that's also one reason why the current at the top and bottom of the rotation is tapping 100 milliamps, whereas the most torque the motor has is down there at about the 2 or 3 or 4 milliamps level, at 100 volts. So that's still less than half of a watt, and good torque. I could probably stop it. I can stop it at the top, but in the middle, if I try to hold it, it's just impossible. Just straight out impossible. I tried even harder before when it was at a lower voltage. Like I really clenched my whole body and just squeezed the hell out of it, and it just wouldn't stop. Slow it down a bit, but I can't stop it. So yeah, still looking pretty good at half a watt. Alright, I won't check back in again tonight, because I'm going to go have a shower and some dinner I've been much looking forward to. But hell, why don't we just turn it up a little higher and see if it blows up? After all, I'm going to start fresh again tomorrow. Oh, I can hear my meter fighting back. That's very upset with me now. And it is going a little better. Tell you what, let's turn it down again. Why don't we blow it up together? There we go. We have a 1 amp meter. I'll just switch these out as the motor comes to a halt and restarted itself. So, what do we got? Very little. The peaks, it's so low in the meter, the peaks won't even push that heavy needle up far enough. So